Oh look, a retro handheld. That looks like fun. I wonder if I should buy it. Let me think. Probably not. I've already got lots of handhelds. I really don't need any more. Oops. Hey there, how's it going? I'm TechDweeb, welcome. Thanks for clicking on the video today. When you're into retro handheld emulation devices, retro doodads as I call them, you get to experience many benefits that regular non-handheld enthusiasts don't get to enjoy. The doodad list, I call them. People who are into normal people stuff like golf and CrossFit and pumpkin spice yoga meetups. The doodad list who don't get to bask in the glory of retro handhelds all day and night. Like you and me, or I and you, rather. See, we retro doodad lovers, which I call doodad folk, those of us with many retro doodads, our lives are enriched by these lovely things in so many ways that the doodad lists have no idea about. For starters, we're immune to boredom. Dentist waiting room, uncle's wedding, bathroom line at the Taco Bell, boom, GBA Fire Emblem. The doom scrollers have nothing on us doodad folk for passing the time staring at a screen. Also, we get to build up a great credit rating. When our credit card bills arrive each month, we get to pay for those late night AliExpress binges that we swear we'll never do again, and build up a sweet credit score for whatever people do with those. Getting more credit cards for more doodads, I guess. Speaking of bills, we always have the perfect paperweight. Like a Miyoo Mini Plus will do a great job of holding down your credit card bills and tax forms safe and snug while you go cry in the bathroom. And we have built-in gifts for friends and family. Oh, you have fond memories of playing Double Dragon at your uncle's pizza place? Here, have a Pow Kitty. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a Pow Kitty. Yeah, it's a weird name. I don't know. But by far, the best part about being doodad folk and having tons of retro doodads is that we have so much variety in how we consume our entertainment. Most people will do everything on the same phone they use all day long. They'll be sitting on the couch with a big TV and stereo system right in front of them, but they're staring down at their tiny doom scroll rectangle. The same one that they scroll in bed, or the tub, or on the toilet probably. Us doodad folk have a vast and varied landscape of doodads to pick from at any given time. Whether you have 3 or 4 or 77 retro handhelds to pick from, just having options is a lovely thing. It's why we keep buying these things. It's not because we're addicted. Totally not addicted. Don't be stupid. I could stop buying them at any time if I wanted to. But I don't, so I'm not gonna. It's not an addiction though. Anyways, today I want to revel in the gloriousness of our hobby and show you the doodads that I've been playing with lately. All of these are things that I've shown off on my channel before. They've all passed mustard and are certified 100% TechDweeb approved. But I have lots of handhelds like that. Lots of great handhelds I love to play with, but at any given time I'll have like 4 or 5 handhelds on the go. That roster changes all the time depending on what I'm playing, what I'm in the mood to tinker with, or maybe I'm making a video and I need to test stuff. But usually, to be honest, the main reason I swap around is just for variety. I'll be enjoying a thing and then the grass will be greener on the other side, so I'll just grab a new handheld and go play in that grass. Because playing retro games in the super green grass over there is way better than playing in my dead brown grass full of weeds and dead bugs over here. I'll do that whenever my neighbor's away. Otherwise, they'll yell at me for trespassing or call the cops again. Let's start with a handheld that I'm working on a video for. It's one that I've already made a video about, but I'm making a new video because I have a new perspective on it. This is the Batlexp G350, and I am absolutely head over heels in love with this handheld. To be clear, it's not the best handheld. It's on the lower end of the power scale compared to the ANBERNIC XX devices, for instance. But this thing is so good for the price. It's kind of baffling, especially now that Newly is coming to the G350. There's an alpha available and I've been using that, and oh man, Newly elevates this thing to the next level. I got thinking about this handheld because I recently gifted one of these to my cousin. This kid is nuts about Pokemon, and now he's kind of older, and I decided it was time that this kid got his own handheld. He's old enough and he's ready, so I set up a G350 for him and I decked it out. I have an SD card with the best retro game lists with all the best retro games and all the Pokemon games separated out and ready for him to enjoy, along with all the Pokemon ROM hacks. The G350 is like the ultimate giftable handheld because it is so easy to get along with. It's so cheap and the hardware is just as good as any of the ANBERNIC doodads, but it is way cheaper than any of those. I think this is an amazing starter handheld. That's what my upcoming video is about. Not just the best budget handheld, but the best handheld for someone who's just starting out, because it gives you amazing hardware that won't turn you off of the hobby, and it's easy to get along with, and the software is great, and you can install custom software like Newly when you're ready to dip your toes into learning how these things work and tinkering. What I'm trying to say is, it's nice for the price. 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 Next up, we have a doodad that I've been having way too much fun tinkering with. My RG34XXSP, which I call the Flapzizzle. After I reviewed it, I kind of forgot about it. It just sat there on my shelf, but when Newly came out with their latest update, Gladiator 2, I went to reflash the OS on all my ANBERNIC doodads, and as I was getting this one set up, I was like, wait a sec, this thing is actually amazing. I'd been so into the Miyoo flip as my main flippy doodad that I kind of forgot about the Flapzizzle. But man, this little clamshell is just delightful. It's the perfect size, smaller than the Flapzizzle and about the same size as the Miyoo flip, and the hinge is wonderful. If you like the Miyoo flip but you don't love the hinge, then this one will definitely satisfy your hinge lust. And the screen, oh baby. It has a 3:2 aspect ratio screen, which is my favorite ratio. And on top of that, it's gorgeous. Super bright, punchy colors, crispy resolution and pixel density at 720 by 480 on a 3.4 inch screen. Honestly, it makes most of my other non-OLEDs look dim and dull, like you. Newly Gladiator 2 adds a bunch of sweet quality of life features like quick suspend and resume, extended sleep modes, lid close sleep, and even an aggressive battery saver. I've been carrying it in my pocket all day, snoozing it when I'm not playing it, so it turns on instantly when I want to play a game, and when it idles, it barely touches the battery. And I'll just plug it in at the end of the day to charge it up, and I can just use it forever without worrying about the battery. I even gave mine a little makeover. I painted the bezel, which I think helps with the weird, thick kind of forehead space that they put on the top of this thing. I actually had a problem where the sticks were touching the bezel that I painted and making it look kind of weird, so I had to lower those sticks by trimming the support posts and putting some layers of electrical tape for spacing. And I decided that I like it without those little rubber screw hole covers, so I even painted the screws in there to match. Tiny tweaks, but I think this looks a lot better. Oh, and I also put a TechDweeb handheld sticker on there. You can get these in my merch shop, by the way. Link below. These are vinyl stickers, not paper. Super high quality, and you get 3 of them of various sizes. I think they make handhelds look awesome. I know I don't mean to toot my own horn, but hey, what the heck. Toot. On my main desk, beside my keyboard, is this little book stand. I bought this so I have a place to put my Shadow Dark source book when I play Shadow Dark. It's a book stand and I put my book on it. But when I'm not rolling dice and looking at a book like a nerd, it turns into a handheld throne. Whatever my current obsession is, ends up sitting there, proudly on display where I can ogle it all day. And right now, that obsession is this bad girl, the Ayanero Pocket Ace. This thing is so dang good in so many ways. It's Android, which is great because I can set it up just the way I like. I even showed you how I do it in a recent video, shameless plug. I just slap in my main SD card and boom, I got my games, my saves, my game lists and scraped art, all that stuff. And since I need to record gameplay for videos all the time, being able to capture footage right on this device is a lifesaver. And this thing has power. It's rocking the Snapdragon G3X Gen 2 chip, which chews through GameCube and PS2, Switch, all the classics, no sweat. But the magic is in how efficient it is. On the low power profile, it just sips juice. I swear, I charge it like once a week. It's always cool, always quiet. Unlike me, it is super comfy too. With or without the grip case, I can game on this thing for hours. And the hardware is great. The controls, the sound, and of course the screen is 3:2 ratio, my favorite aspect ratio, perfect for everything, especially GBA. We've been playing Scourge Hive this month for the Dusty Game Society, and yeah, this is the handheld I've been glued to. And the retro vibes are off the chart. The retro vibe chart. It looks like a Game Boy hooked up with an 80s radio and had a baby named Ace. And that baby grew up and somehow landed the gig of being TechDweeb's main handheld. I know I say all the time that this is my favorite thing, the Miyoo Mini. I love this thing more than anything, but that doesn't mean that it's always my favorite handheld to play games on, or that I'm actively playing games on it. The Miyoo Mini always has a special place in my heart. It's a delightful object that gives me warm, fuzzy nostalgia feelings, and I always love playing games on it when I do. I love it to bits, and I don't feel whole without it, but sometimes there's other handhelds I like playing more on than the Miyoo Mini at a given time. But I made my 200,000 subscriber video recently. Check that one out if you haven't seen it. And in that video, I played 200 retro games on all my Miyoo Minis. And as I made that video, I got hooked again. I was reminded why I love this thing so much, because it is a gateway to the entire history of retro games in an adorable nostalgic package. It's cute and interesting and fun, and I fell in love with this thing all over again. In this past week, I played with it probably 5 times a day, every day. Heck, I've been playing games on this while I should be playing on other devices because I'm working on videos or whatever. The Miyoo Mini has sunk its claws into me and refuses to let me go. It's holding me captive, and I love it. It's a Stockholm Syndrome kind of situation. So yeah, if you don't hear from me again, just assume I've eloped with it. Me and the Miyoo Mini, happily ever after. This last one isn't a retro handheld, it's just a handheld. It's the Steam Deck. This video is called I Love These Handhelds, so I'm allowed to put non-retro doodads in the list, even though it's a retro focus video. I don't usually use the Steam Deck for retro stuff. I usually binge indie games on it, and I've still been doing a ton of that. Expect some more indie game content really soon. However, I actually have been playing some retro games on this because I have a project that I've been working on. I made a video about how I play DOS games on the Steam Deck, and I also made a video about how to install Retro Deck on the Steam Deck and turn it into a retro doodad. And using both of those, DOS and Retro Deck, I've been trying to find the best way to play Ultima 4 on a handheld. Played the DOS version via mouse and keyboard, and also the Commodore 64 version, and I was trying to find a way to bind the keyboard controls to the Deck's controls, and I also tried the console ports and ultimately settled on the Sega Master System version. According to my research, it's one of the best versions of the game, and it is 100% the most handheld friendly. Ultimately, I'm going to be playing this one on a different handheld, but the Steam Deck is my test subject. It's the one handheld I have that can do everything. I can use it like a PC with a mouse and keyboard, or play old PC games on it with my own customized keyboard bindings, or I can play via Retro Deck and treat it like a retro handheld. I can play DOS games, Amiga, Commodore 64, and of course all the old consoles. It's my Swiss Army knife handheld, the handheld that does everything. That's one of the best parts about the Steam Deck, the fact that it can do so much stuff. I love it for that, and also a million other reasons. I made a whole video about why I love the deck, and I keep coming up with new reasons why. This is one handheld I haven't stopped playing since I got it. I have lots of other more powerful handheld PCs, but the deck is the one that I want to game on most of the time. Maybe I'm a fanboy, but I'm fine with that. Some guys spend their time and money playing golf or buying ATVs or getting married and having a family, but I'm over here playing Sega Master System Ultima 4 on my Steam Deck at 3 a.m. So who's the real winner? Me, obviously. And that's it, really. I just wanted to give a little bit of love to the handhelds that have been eating up most of my free time lately. They are not the only doodads I love. Oh, no, 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 no. The others are still there, patiently waiting for their turn, whispering to me at night from the shelf. That's fine though. The rotation always changes, and that's the beauty of it. It's like they always say, handheld hoarding is the spice of life. Yes, they do say that. Trust me. I mean, sure, my neighbors have families and careers and grown-up hobbies like golf and CrossFit and pumpkin spice yoga meetups, but I have endless stacks of handheld boxes that I refuse to throw out for some reason. I'm doing just fine. So my retro doodad lovers, my doodad folk, what's been in your rotation? Let me know in the comments so I can nod sagely while secretly adding another to my AliExpress cart to accidentally order at 3 a.m. tonight. And that'll do it for me for today. I'm TechDweeb, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.